Majority Leader of Parliament, Oseche Mensah Bonso, has called for the urgent need for a change in Ghana's constitution to reflect the current global changing times. He was speaking at a ceremony to celebrate 30 years of parliamentary democracy. We can cross over to Parliament right now because Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin is addressing the House.
So he did a lot to groom the early birds of the Fourth Republic. That is my lecturer, my teacher, my former speaker, Right Honorable Professor Aaron Michael Kwe, who is now having a chair at the Institute of Economic Affairs, continuing with his writing, publications, and his tutorship. Prof, congratulations. Now, you see the make of yours truly. Yours truly, the Right Honorable Alban Kingsford Bagbin, is the product of all this. And so many of the things that trouble you, they don't trouble me at all. I've seen it all. I've seen the ups and the downs. I've seen people weep and the tears turn to joy. And so when you come complaining about what is happening, I say, please, with God on your side, you smile at the storm. And let me take this opportunity to remind all of you of the fact that our dear nation has accepted to host the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association Conference this year in Accra.
Let's speak with parliamentary correspondent Kweku Asante, who has been monitoring events for us. Kweku, I know that many dignitaries graced this occasion, including the former Chief Justice of Akufo and a host of others. What have they also been saying?
So there was a message from civil society, from CDD, who spoke on behalf of the civil society. They say that Parliament has been a bastion for Ghana's democracy. It is because of the way this parliament is set up, especially this 8th parliament, that Ghanaians are beginning to have some form of confidence and trust in the ability of Ghana's democracy to deliver. But they are also very much aware that this parliament has some kind of expectations from the people and have not been able to live to that. Despite being a near-hung parliament with both sides having 137 MPs, they've not been able to deliver the kind of expectations that people have over them, and so they need to do more. But just like you said, we've also been hearing from the majority leader, Oseche Mensah Bonso, who's been outlining a number of constitutional amendments he wants to be seen done. For instance, he wants to see the Speaker of Parliament be a member of Parliament himself. He wants to see more female MPs in Parliament. He wants to see a number of changes that will ultimately democratize Ghana's Parliament and make it the forum that Ghanaians will trust to deliver on their mandate. We've also been hearing from Dr. Kiselato Fosen, who is the minority leader, who says that both sides need to work together and that the days of strife, the days of conflict, the days of violence, the days of intense disagreements must all come to an end, and both sides of the House must be able to work together. The Speaker of Parliament is expected to deliver the keynote. He's now doing some acknowledgement of both the previous leaders of the House and some dignitaries that are in Parliament. But what we expect him to detail is what this parliament can do to deliver on the mandates of the people. Being a near-hung parliament, like I've mentioned earlier, the expectation is that this parliament will be able to hold government to account. There are those who have said that this parliament has not been able to do so. And despite the numbers being near parity, the majority side, the government side, has still been able to get their way through. And so he's expected to deliver in terms of his own opinion how this can be dealt with.
And talking about the change in constitution for Ghana, how are his own members or colleagues in Parliament taking this?
Indeed, when the majority leader made those remarks, there were some cheers and boos on both sides of the House. There are those who believe that this constitution is working in its current state and that there is no need to try and alter it. And there are those who believe that Parliament must do something to change the Constitution to fit the current modern trends. And that the Constitution, since it was promulgated in 1992, it started being taking effect in 1993, it was amended somewhere in 1996. It has not been changed to fit the current modern trends. And so some of these new changes must happen. Those are the expectations of the majority leader. And some members of his side agreed to it. As to what form it should take is what has been dividing the House and also the general public. We know, for instance, Fix the Country and other such organizations believe that the Constitution in its entirety should be changed, while there are those who believe that the Constitution must go through some series of amendments to be able to fit the modern times.
Kwekwa Sante is our correspondent in Parliament, and as he indicated, the keynote address is being delivered by the Speaker, Alban Bagbin. Will definitely bring you more from Parliament in our subsequent bulletins. Let's move on.